Hey, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something that honestly feels a little bit like magic: AI automation. We're going to see exactly how a simple idea can get turned into a completely automated service, right here, right now. So let me just ask you this. What if filling out a simple little form online could instantly kick a personalized AI into gear, an AI working just for you to deliver something custom in like a matter of moments? I know it sounds like something out of a movie, but it's really happening. Okay, picture this. Someone fills out a form. The second they hit submit, that info zips over and pops up as a new row in a Google Sheet. That data is then immediately fed to an AI that whips up some totally unique, personalized content. And then bam, a beautiful email with that new content lands in the user's inbox. The best part? All of this happened on its own, with zero human intervention. So you're probably asking, how in the world is that possible, right? What's the engine driving this whole thing? Well, the answer is a really powerful tool that's been getting a ton of buzz for making exactly this kind of magic happen for everyone. It's a tool called n8n. Think of it as the digital glue that connects all the different apps you use. Now, the key phrase here is low code, and all that really means is that it's built so that anyone can use it, even if you have absolutely no idea how to code. And its popularity is just taking off, and it's really for three big reasons. First, it's just so easy to use. It really opens the door for everybody. Second, its reach is huge. It can plug into over 500 of the apps you're probably already using. And third, it's super flexible. It doesn't just work with neat little data points. It can handle messy, complex stuff like full sentences, which, as you can imagine, is perfect for working with AI. And get this, the cost to get started with the AI part, the bit that sounds like it would be super expensive, you can grab your OpenAI API key with a starting credit of just $5.50. And that little payment could last you for months of just playing around and building things. It makes this incredibly powerful tech feel, well, real and totally within reach. All right, so now that we've seen the magic trick and we've met the magician, let's look at the secrets behind how it all works. To really get how n8n connects everything, we gotta understand the basic building blocks of how apps talk to each other online. So the first concept is the API. The easiest way to think about it is like a secure messenger. It's a special, dedicated channel that lets one app, like n8n, send a request over to another app, like OpenAI, and then get a response back, all following a very strict set of rules. But, if an API is the messenger, what language is it speaking? Well, that language is called JSON. It's just a simple text-based way of organizing data so that any app, anywhere, can read it and know exactly what it means. It's basically the universal translator for the internet. And you know what's really interesting about this? JSON is actually super simple. Seriously, if you get how a spreadsheet works, you can get JSON. Just think of a column header in a spreadsheet as the key and whatever's in the cell as the value. JSON just organizes these pairs. So name is the key, Hongildong is the value. Age is the key, 25 is the value. It really is that straightforward. Okay, the last building block is the credential, and this is basically the digital handshake. Since n8n needs to get into your private stuff in Google or OpenAI, you have to give it permission first. A credential is a secure, one-time setup that saves that permission, proving n8n is a trusted partner. This lets the whole automation run on its own without you having to log in over and over and over again. Okay, so we've got our messenger, we've got the language, and we've got the handshake. Now let's see how all these pieces come together to build that automated service we saw at the very beginning. We're going to look at the blueprint for a little fictional service I'm calling Lucky Vicky. The whole point of Lucky Vicky is super simple. A user puts in their MBTI type and birth date. And in return, an AI cooks up a fun little fortune and some personalized advice. It's the perfect, simple example to see all our building blocks in action. And this map just lays out the entire journey perfectly. It all kicks off with the data input from that form. From there, that data gets cleaned up and logged in a Google Sheet. Next, that clean data is sent off using an API to an AI, which then generates the fortune. The AI's response gets set right back and logged in that same sheet. And finally, all that personalized info is bundled up into a custom email and sent to the user. Each of these steps is a node in n8n, all linked together to create this seamless, automated chain. Now, this is a pretty fun example, but the potential for this kind of technology goes so much further than just generating fortunes. So let's zoom out for a second and talk about why this actually matters. Because the real power here, it isn't about making one little task automatic. It's about being able to create a totally custom system where all your favorite separate apps finally start talking to each other and working together as one team, a team that you designed for you. So here's the bottom line. This is a toolkit for solving your own problems. It means you can finally connect those two apps that don't officially work together. You can build little internal tools for your team without needing a developer. You can automate all the boring, repetitive parts of your job, whether it's paperwork or even creative stuff. You can pretty much turn a simple idea into a working service in an afternoon. So I'll just leave you with this question. Now that you've seen the building blocks, the messenger, the language, and the handshake, and you know how easy it can be to get started, what's the first tedious, disconnected, or just plain annoying process in your own work or even just your own life that you would connect and automate?